Mainstream distribution. Mainstream films would be heavily advertised due to the high budget and mainstream attraction, with the media institution putting a lot of money into television trailers and newspaper adverts. The appeal of the film means that it needs to be in the public eye more so than a niche film, as the creators will want to get their investments back, and the only way of doing this is by making the film a major talking point amongst the public. For example, with the film Avatar, the amount of buzz around the film from the public when it was first released meant that it was able to become one of the most successful films. Some people may say it was down to the director and the incredible graphics, but really it was a constant bombardment of adverts, television interviews with the cast, trailers, and posters that the media institution that headed up the film, 20th Century Fox, put out. Niche distribution. A niche film would be less heavily advertised in comparison to a mainstream one, as it would likely be picked up by an independent media institution, which may not put as much money into the project because of its limited attraction to a mainstream audience. Media institutions working on niche films tend to use low-costing, innovative ways of getting the film into the public eye, for example through viral marketing, used to a great success in such neat films as The Blair Witch Project. My media project is the opening 2 minutes of an independent feature-length film. If this film were to be produced, it would be a horror. I looked into some film companies that distribute horror films and came up with these. Lionsgate Films, which have produced The Last Exorcism and The Cabin in the Woods, Hammer Films, producing The Woman in Black, Universal producing The Skeleton Key and The Purge, Haxan Films producing Lovely Molly and The Blair Witch Project, Multi-Story Films producing The Half-Light of Day, Studio Canal UK producing The Orphan, Vertigo Films producing Shrooms, and Weinstein Company producing Black Christmas. My film would be a handheld, small, low-budget British film production with an all-British cast, so appealing primarily to a niche British audience with some European interest, which is something many independent production companies and distribution companies specialise in, both in the UK and in the rest of Europe. As opposed to one of the big worldwide distribution companies like Universal Pictures or Warner Bros., I think a smaller, perhaps independent distributor will suit my film better. For example, Multi-Story Films, Studio Canal UK, or Vertigo Films, as they all specialise in low-budget British productions. Another media institution which may suit my film is Weinstein Company, as they specialise in British films with British actors, but releasing the films on an international stage.